Imagine a notorious figure in the underworld of drugs and crime. Naima, Dutch Godmother of Coke Jillal, disappears without a trace. The last anyone saw of her was stepping into a car in Amsterdam's bustling financial district. But that's not all. Disturbing pictures of a mutilated female body were discovered on the phone of one of the world's most wanted criminals. So how are these events connected? And what really happened to Naima Jillal? Join me as we uncover the shocking truth behind the remarkable disappearance of the Dutch Godmother of Coke. Here we begin. Once upon a time in the murky world of organized crime, a woman named Naima Jillal emerged as a powerful figure, the Dutch Godmother of Coke. Born in Morocco on January 4, 1967, she later moved to the Netherlands, and how she rose through the ranks of the underworld remains shrouded in mystery. Little is known about her, as she managed to elude the authorities and remained under the radar for a long time. However, in 2014, her name started to surface in connection with large-scale cocaine trafficking. As her notoriety grew, she became the target of numerous investigations into international drug trafficking. Fearing for her life, she fled to the sunny Spanish city of Marbella, a well-known hub for some of Europe's most dangerous criminals. In Marbella, she gained her infamous moniker, the Godmother of Coke. The tale of Naima Jillal, the Dutch Coke Queen-pin, is shrouded in mystery. Despite her unassuming appearance, she had delved deep into the criminal underworld. Her sprawling Marbella mansion served as her base of operations, where drug syndicates could purchase room from her, a code word for kilos of cocaine hidden in shipping containers full of fruits. As a result, Jillal's business flourished rapidly, propelling her to the forefront of the drug trade. She splurged her riches on luxury villas in Amsterdam and Spain, expensive fashion and accessories, and extravagant jewelry, including a single order of over 700,000 euros in watches from prominent jewelers. Unfortunately, her insatiable appetite for wealth and power made her greedy, leading her to tweak her business model in a way that would inevitably create enemies. She oversold the room in the containers, inflating the amount of cocaine present beyond what was actually shipped, ultimately sowing the seeds of her downfall. Her greed for money left her customers furious, as they paid for cocaine they never received. But unfortunately, she never thought of the consequences that would follow her actions. For Naima Jillal, disaster struck when 2 shipping containers filled with pineapples from Costa Rica were on the verge of discovery at the port of Antwerp. The fruits were a mere facade for the kilos of cocaine hidden inside. One container alone carried nearly 4,000 kilos of the illicit drug. The port of Antwerp was a known hub for drug trafficking, making the situation even more precarious. When Jillal and her accomplices learned the containers were scheduled for scanning, panic set in. Intercepted messages from their encrypted phones revealed the severity of the situation. Jillal's nickname Ant was used frequently as they lamented their doomed fate. The name Costa also surfaced, implying that he had a significant role in the ordeal. In due time, the containers were scanned, and the police seized the entire batch of cocaine. The consequences of her actions were finally catching up to her. As days passed, the drug traffickers began speculating about what had gone wrong and who was accountable for the mess. Jillal knew she was in deep trouble and had to start damage control. Costa was later identified as Roger P., a veteran Dutch drug trafficker with extensive experience in the cocaine trade. To recover, Jillal texted Costa, "We need to start fresh and come up with a new story for now." Costa replied simply, "Right," but Jillal knew he suspected something was amiss. In March 2021, Belgian and Dutch police uncovered some supposed evidence that could be linked to Jillal. They discovered a purse and clothing in a massive warehouse at the port of Antwerp. However, the items were hidden in a dark corner and buried beneath a cement floor. Using sniffer dogs and ground radar, it was concluded that something was hidden beneath the floor. Jillal's clock was ticking, and the authorities were getting closer to exposing her. The police had to excavate the freshly laid cement floor to uncover evidence of Naima Jillal's disappearance. Despite finding her purse and women's clothing, they could not locate Jillal's body buried beneath the concrete. Interestingly enough, the warehouse where this heinous act occurred was the same location where a large shipment of cocaine was discovered, causing significant trouble for Jillal. Could this be a mere coincidence or something more sinister? As the investigation progressed, the authorities learned of disturbing rumors circulating within the criminal underworld. Apparently, there were graphic images depicting a severely injured woman taped to a chair and photographs of dismembered limbs and further brutal injuries. Although the police had yet to focus on these horrific pictures, the mere thought of them was enough to send shivers down their spines. Just when they thought they had hit a dead end, a major plot twist unfolds. The police could finally access the encrypted messages database Sky ECC and view the dreaded photos circulating in the underworld. But even more astonishing was the discovery that the phone used to capture these gruesome images belonged to no other than ridouan taghi, one of the most notorious criminals in the history of the Netherlands. After thoroughly analyzing the metadata, it became clear that the pictures were taken. Just a few hours later, Naima Jillal was picked up and vanished. She stepped into a black car on October 20th at around 10:30 in the evening, and tragically, it seemed she only survived for a few more hours before her life was brutally taken. The lawyer for taghi, Miss Inez Wesky, denies involvement in the case and claims that the phone in question was not used by her client. In the ongoing investigation into the disappearance of Naima Jillal, another Dutch criminal has emerged as a person of interest, Jos L., also known as Bolle. Despite his relatively young age, Bolle has quickly risen through the ranks and is now considered one of the most notorious criminals in the Netherlands. He remains on the run and is internationally wanted for his alleged crime involvement. According to sources, Bolle is a ruthless and cold-hearted individual who doesn't hesitate to resort to violence to get what he wants. Police have discovered that Jos L. had business dealings with Costa, who had ties to Jillal. All signs point towards Jos L., who is heavily invested in the large cocaine shipment seized by police in the port of Antwerp. When Jos L. questioned Costa about what had happened and who was responsible, Costa informed him that Jillal was the mastermind behind the failed shipment. The details surrounding Naima Jillal's disappearance continue to be murky and disturbing. According to sources, Jos L. demanded that Jillal explain herself in person after the failed cocaine shipment that she was allegedly responsible for. Jillal likely thought she could provide a satisfactory explanation when she stepped into that black car on the evening of October 20th, 2019. Still, unfortunately, it seems that her explanation was not enough. It's believed that Jos L. sought retribution by taking Jillal's life. Despite ongoing efforts by law enforcement, there is still no sign of Naima Jillal or her body. Her family has been unable to contact her, and no information about her whereabouts has surfaced. Although some people have been arrested concerning her disappearance, there have been no breakthroughs. The Dutch police have even offered a reward of €10,000 for information leading to Jillal's discovery, but so far, no luck. Jillal's fate appears to remain a mystery that may never be solved. Jillal's meteoric rise was matched only by her sudden and tragic fall from grace. Her greed and ambition ultimately led to her demise, paying the ultimate price with her life. Despite Costa's claim of innocence, suspicions still linger about his involvement in the crime. Meanwhile, Bolle remains at large, denying involvement in the case through his lawyer. Taghi's involvement, if any, remains shrouded in mystery. The disturbing photos on his phone only add to this case's intrigue. Will the truth ever be uncovered, or will Naima Jillal remain lost forever? Only time will tell. Until then, speculation and rumors will continue to swirl around this enigmatic and tragic figure. Comment your views and make sure to subscribe for more.